See Nature TV, news in your pocket.
Welcome back, and we're still building up to the Anambra Guba elections coming up in November, and as always we promise to keep you updated on the latest happenings in preparation for this election. Now, joining us today via phone call is Alex Ejindu to give us an update on the situation in Anambra State. Good morning, and thank you for joining us. All right, so first of all, what's the atmosphere like currently in Anambra State? How is it looking like, in preparation for the election?
In as much as the governor, the intent is showing more serious in his campaign to retain his position. It's all that taking little forth, making the effort. That's how they can go.
All right. So you said the incumbent is, moving strongly with his campaign, but do you think he stands a chance, in this election compared to the other contestants?
The incumbent is, I can see more serious activities and campaigning. He moves from local government to local government more than others. Dr. George Morley is doing his work, but sincerely I have not seen his efforts to be compared to the incumbent. The incumbent is showing more seriousness with what I'm seeing here. The APC candidate, who is Prince Dr. Nicholas Ojoki, is about to declare his campaign strategy. I learned that he may be doing one convention in Anambra South. But all I know that the incumbent is showing more seriousness, because he has gone beyond declaring his intention to moving from senatorial zone to senatorial zone. He shows more seriousness than others.
Okay, so what about the campaigns? How is the campaign currently looking like? Like their promises or their manifestos? How appealing is it, or how structured is it to meet the needs of Anambra State?
Most of their manifestos are almost similar, based on security and Anambra State. All of them are talking about giving us a proper, secure Anambra State. And they are talking about improving education and agriculture. All of them are almost talking the same thing. The only thing is that PC is talking about linking up to the center, which is central government, which have not even seen much benefit from those people that are in the center. The states that are in the central government, I don't even see much benefit. Center has even given them for them. All I know is that all of them are almost saying the same thing. Talking about education, talking about insecurity, talking about agriculture, talking about healthcare. They are all saying the same thing. There's no difference about their manifesto. In Africa here, we don't talk about manifesto. Almost everybody is saying the same thing. It is practicality of it. How do you execute your program? That's the only thing that matters.
All right. So what about, the security, seeing the insecurity that is, currently growing in the Southeast? What would you say the security is like, ahead of this election to make it safe for those who come to vote?
In Anambra, the area that are insecure are insecure. Nothing has been done much about it. Obaru area is still the same what it is. Insecurity everywhere in Obaru local government. That is Ihala area, part of Aguata area. There are things like I wonder how election will go there thoroughly. I mean, it's free of insecurity. I wonder how it will go in those insecure environment. I wonder how somebody can conduct an election in a hala comfortably and as well as Obaru. Obaru is so bad. People are being kidnapped. People are being tortured and killed and that kind of mess. I wonder what will happen during the election if this is not put up. These things must stop. A credible election to take place. Especially Hala. I am not comfortable with the Hala. I'm not comfortable with the Baru. Likewise, some areas in Ragwat. I think about the main areas are Baru and Hala local government. I wonder what Nigerian forces are doing and forces are doing to put this thing on safe. I'm not comfortable with the people of insecurity in the state. Despite all the money voted for it, despite all the promises and all the noise about governance that we are promised. If that's not the state, I wonder what else we are doing. All areas of Anambra must be secured before you have a meaningful development. And let's see what will happen. I know I'm not comfortable, I'm not happy with about 2 or 3 local governments are lost to the bandits and the NAPA. And you expect me to believe that you are doing wonderful work. I can't believe so.
Exactly. All right, so now let's look at, late Senator Ifeanyi Ubah's election, which has been fixed by INEC. Now we're hearing that Nicholas Ukachukwu, who is the governorship candidate for APC, saying that this would be a test of what would happen in November. What are your thoughts on that? What do you think about the entire scenario? All right, I said that the election, for filling the vacant position of late Senator Ifeanyi Ubah has been fixed by INEC.
The way we see the world shapes the way we change it. Gender isn't just a checkbox, it's a lens, one that helps us understand the world more deeply and act more fairly. Gender Perspectives, a program for those ready to see more, do more, and be more. Designed to challenge assumptions, ignite conversations, and build inclusive solutions across every sector of society.
We are not, fighting the men. We are not saying we are equal in terms of rights. We're only asking they should recognize our existence.
Join us on Gender Perspectives, showing every Saturday by 4 p.m. Repeat every Wednesdays by 5 p.m. and Thursdays by 3 p.m. Change begins with perspective. Let's widen yours.
With a population of about 36 million people, the Southeast is awash with stories. Every day on Southeast News, we tell the peculiar story of the Southeast and her people.
Our Southeast should be the Silicon Valley of Nigeria.
Their successes, achievements, and daily challenges. Do you have a Southeast story to share? Community achievements and challenges, completed and uncompleted projects, bad roads, water scarcity, erosion, flooding, insecurity, or even disagreements? Bring it on to Southeast News. East News. No story is too big or too small. Southeast News. Let's tell our story. Showing on Signature TV every weekday at 4 p.m. WAT, 1600 hours GMT.
Welcome back. We're still with Alex Ejindu talking on the Anambra State Guba elections. And before, the line went off, Mr. Ejindu, I was asking, I was talking about the election for, filling the vacant position of late Senator Ejindu, which has been fixed by INEC. And we're hearing that Nicholas Ukachukwu, who is the governorship candidate for APC, is saying that, this will be a test of what will happen in November. So I'm asking you, what are your thoughts on that? What do you think about that statement?
No, election is a contest. Nicholas Ukachukwu will make his effort to win. Likewise, the Apuga candidate and the Labour Party candidate, there are three major candidates that are vying for that election. My worry is insecurity in Anambra South. If the forces of Anambra forces can go in and stabilize that place, there will be an incredible election. And any of them can win. Either he can win. It's a serious contest. Labour are not folding. Labour is not folding its hands. While Apuga wants to have somebody, a senator in the National Assembly, if they don't have any now, we have only two men for Central and Dr. Tony Warrior for Anambra North. And Labour wants to retain another senator from Anambra South so that the cycle will be completed. While APC wants to have their own candidate there, they're telling us that it's better we connect to the center. I've not even seen the benefits of connecting to the center. If you compare the states that are in the center already, there are insecurity here and there, over there in the north and the west and the south, everywhere. Nigeria is no longer secured. But all we are praying is that the election will be, the runoff election will be often free and fair and credible. And the best candidate will emerge.
So how would you say, what would you say about the smaller political parties and how they are positioning themselves to compete against the dominant ones like ABGA, PDP and APC? Do you think that those ones stand a chance?
I didn't mention PDP, I mentioned Labour Party.
No, I'm asking differently now. I'm talking about the other political parties aside from ABGA, PDP, and APC in preparation for the election. How would you, rate how they are positioning themselves?
Yes, they are making the effort. Ejindu had a magic one that made him to use a minor party to win an election. I wonder if that will repeat itself. YPP, as long as Ejindu is no more, I don't think YPP has relevance what we're doing now. What other party? What other small party? PDP is now a small party in the state because they allowed one man to be the alpha and omega in the party. So he's now a small party in Anambra State. He used to be a major party, a major winner of all elections, but now we are not seeing them making a serious impact in what they are doing here. But all I know, the contest between three parties, the Labour Party, the APUGA, and the APC, they are expecting winners to emerge from any of them.
All right, so let's talk about the political awareness, among the people of Anambra State, particularly those in the rural areas. So how would you say that, the people, the citizens of Anambra are prepared and are politically aware of what is going on ahead of the elections?
These rural areas, they are not rural in terms of awareness of a political power. They are actually very committed. If they are following any candidate, they will follow that person without stresses and without commitment. The election will be conducted everywhere, including the rural areas. APUGA, who is the incumbent, is moving faster. Essentially, what I'm saying is moving faster while Labour is following very closely. Labour Party is following very closely, and APC making a serious effort too. Yes, the election will be conducted, and a winner will emerge by that November. Within that November, after election on November 8th, we'll see what will happen. the election, I predict, will be very peaceful. There will be less crisis because Anambra doesn't do or die in politics. If it is a position of money, it will bring out more strength. But if it is elections, it can go either way because they are all Anambra people. But we don't have a foreigner that is contesting. So, be peaceful and credible. I believe so. If INEC will be honest to themselves, it will be peaceful and credible. Sincerely.
All right. Now, earlier on, you mentioned that currently the incumbent is doing a lot more work compared to, the other candidates for the elections by going to different local governments to campaign and the like. So would you say that the rest, they are not doing enough or they are not doing as much as the people of Anambra are expecting them to do? Do you think that they can do better or they should do better in terms of the campaigns?
In politics, people have their own strategies. I don't know their own strategy. I believe by now everybody should be shouting and throwing their muscles and their punches here and there. I expected action. I expected strategies. I expected noise. This is politics is a noisy affair. It is not things you do in the bedroom. You must come out to tell the world that what you have for them. Tell the state what you have for them so that you win their interest. Politics is not about being in the house and making noise. You come out. Whatever the case may be, they have their strategies, and the incumbent is making more serious noise than the others. But all I believe that Labour is so popular here, Labour Party is so popular here that probably the man is taking his time not to make mistakes. But I expected more action from him, but he's moving, going from stakeholder to another stakeholder. That's what enough for me, my own rating. We hope things will get better within a very short period. But this is August. We still have over 100 days to election. So a lot of things can happen within this short period of time. But all I know is that the kind of fight, the kind of aggression I wanted in politics, I have not seen it yet.
Okay, so what about INEC? So far, how would you assess the performance of INEC when it comes to things like scheduling of activities and other things like, deadlines for campaign activities and the likes, everything in preparation for the election? How would you rate, their performance and what they have done to get ready for the election?
INEC is doing their work. They have invited all the contestants and have given them their code of conduct. INEC is doing their work. All I know is that the Anambra election has always been won by more popular candidates. That's the truth, especially governorship election. We don't see a lot of rigging and manipulations in governorship election. It's always won by most popular candidates among them all. You can see how through the emerged in the last election. You can see how Obiano and PKP emerged in the election. Anambra has always been. They always follow rules. INEC has always been making, doing their work at least maximally up to 50-70% of credibility in conduct of election. The only thing I'm worried is don't know what will happen this time around when APC is playing their muscles to take over Anambra. It will not be easy to black ball. So Anambra will allow their best candidate to always emerge in any contest, especially in the election. So let's hope what will happen here will be the decision of what has been happening.
Exactly. So now, do you foresee or do you see any challenges, arising before or during the elections? Are there any challenges that you feel may arise in the course of the elections, or even before the elections, or after, as the case may be? I mean, like generally in the political space, both during the elections, maybe at the polling units or with INEC or with the candidates, any of them at all. But do you see or do you foresee any form of challenges arising during the election period?
You hardly can determine their strategies now. if whatever plan you have, another time your opponent has his own plan. So he's there to counter your own plan. All I'm expecting is a free and fair election. That's the best way I might. I'm expecting free and fair election. Whatever strategy you have, whatever muzzle you want to play, and the other opponent is planning his own. So when muzzle jams muzzle, you know what will happen. Things will be easier because everybody knows what the other person knows. So, you know, you cannot, nobody is, has monopoly of knowledge or violence or strength. Or, if you put up your own, another person will put up his own. And you see, it's a competitive thing now. Nothing will happen. The election at Anambra State will be credible. It will be free and fair. Because all the contestants are knowledgeable about election. They are experienced about what is in politics. All of them will come out and show their strength, and others will work on their weaknesses and weigh them. All I know is that the Anambra election will be free and fair.
All right.
And it will be fair and fair. If government will give us strengthen their security as usual, because they use it good, but I believe it will be free and fair.
All right. Thank you so much, Alex Ejindu, for your update and for constantly updating us. We'll still keep in touch with you as you know the election draws nearer for more updates. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, my sister.
All right. And with that, the morning show will be back in a very short while, so do stay tuned.